Good day, everyone. I've seen a lot of people wanting to add, like a little private airstrip or a private runway, or add a full-blown airport. And it's for some reason it seems to be more complicated than people uh, seem to make it out. I wanted to go through. I did a small scenery tutorial that you can find on my YouTube here, and it's basically the exact same thing. I mean, it's a bare essentials scenery tutorial just to get the process. Okay, and it's just, so I'm going to do it the exact same thing, only I'm going to create a spawn point or a brand new airport that I can search for on the map and actually start at that airport. And it's basically the same process. It's the same workflow as doing just a simple scenery. So it's not going to be but a few steps. It probably won't be a 20-30 minute video at most. And it should give you an idea of how to create an airport. I'm not going to bother with, like adding buildings, hangars, things like that. That's really kind of covered in the first video. I mean, obviously you're going to want to do more than what I did or showed there, but it'll be the same principle. You simply add the objects, unless you're adding custom models and custom textures, which I haven't even gotten into yet. Everything I've done has been with in-game assets, so it doesn't take a whole lot of work to create a new airport. I don't have an actual location, so I'll just start at my common local airport, and I'll just find some place, an open field, and make an airport that I can actually spawn into. The bare minimum you need uh, to spawn into an airport is an airport itself, which is just an object for the game to recognize. And that's where it gets the ICAO number that you search for, and then the actual runway. Once you have those two, you can actually spawn in on the runway. But that's not the greatest example. I mean, you're going to want these right here, some parking. So we'll add some parking. That's going to be about it. I'm going to create the airport, edit the airport so you can see how to do that, and give it the ACIO number. And then I'm going to add maybe a couple of small parking spots, just as an example. And of course, if you're building a real runway, you'd want to add a lot of other stuff, some hangar, windsock, some visual goodies, a couple of parked aircraft, maybe, new buildings, aprons, taxiways, the whole works. I'm not going to bother with any of that. I'm just going to create a bare runway. That'll be sufficient to actually reload and restart in the game now. So first I'm just starting off in my local area, and I'm gonna slew. Let's go to slew mode here so we can find someplace. Does that look like it? It almost looks like a good spot for it doesn't matter. This is all just example here. Okay, get out of slew mode. Now I like going ahead and going in developer camera mode here. You don't have to. I'm gonna put the runway right here, I guess. So first thing, new project. We always want to start a new project. My mouse go. That's it. My mouse disappeared. Okay. I'm gonna create a new project in here. Alright, let's go with test airport. And I always create the assets directory now. It just makes it easier. You don't have to. Airports like that. I still don't have a. There we go. For some reason, it was hiding my mouse. Okay. So now we have a project. We're going to add a BGL. This is a name it. AG01. That'll be our airport thing in the end. Let's see. Go here, asset directory. You got to set that asset directory or it will not work. Alright, at this point, I think we're ready to. You can fill in some of this. I'm not going to put any of it. I'm going to want to make this a scenery. So it says scenery here. I'm going to load it in editor. Get over here. And the only difference here is we're going to go to objects. This is how we added in the first one. We added sim objects and all the scenery objects. Slow to load here. Okay, but this time we're going to go down here and we're going to select airport. Okay, and we're going to add. Now it's all red. Got that yet? Okay, now we're going to go to properties here. Well, wait a minute. It's properties here. I'm going to add KG01. Why am I not getting all that? Oh, I've had trouble with this. Some of it I think you got to do here. I'm not sure exactly. Not sure how much of this is actually, this one is important. I'll just go my airport. Oh, I remember what it's KG01, and you got to hit the enter. For some reason, for the ICAO, you got to hit the enter. Okay, now we got rid of the red, so we're good there. And this is the location of the airport. Now we're going to add a runway. And I'll add an 09, because that looks like about the right, yeah. And I got the one-click thing here going. Got 2 runways. Uh-oh. I don't know what those white lines mean, but let's see. I don't know what this white line means. I think it's interfering with the terrain or something. I don't want any interference. We're gonna use just resizing it there. And that's it. Okay, and then we're gonna add one parking. Taxiway parking. Gives you these selections. Go ramp, GA small. I'll add 2 parkings. Okay, one there. One there, and you'll notice they're red. Alright, it says red again. That's because these don't have a number. Gotta add a number to these. We'll add just 1 and 2. That's it. At this point, we want to save scenery. Assets, save package. We're ready to build. So we'll go back to here. Build package. And that's it. We are done with that. Let's see. Get out all of this and exit the game and move the package. And there it goes. It's deleted now because it's only loaded in the editor so far. But that's it. That's your basic airport, minus all the visuals. But all you need is the airport runway, an airport itself, which is the ICAO number, and parking, just so you can. You don't actually need the parking. You can do it without the parking. Test airport. Do packages. AGO1, and here's my package. Should be, yep, 1 BGL. So we'll copy that. Welcome. It is right here. Now we should have this airport with 2 small parking spots that I can cold and dark start, or you can start on the runway, and it should be KG01, Kilo Golf 01. Now, of course, this is obviously not much of a airport. 400, I'm guessing that might be meters, I don't know. Meters or feet, so it's not really even a usable airport. I guess it'd be alright for ultralights. But it's just, you know, proof of concept kind of thing, and to show how it's done. And yeah, having to hit enter when you add the ICAO number kind of got me the first time when I tried this. That kind of got me. I couldn't figure out why it wouldn't take, but you literally have to hit the enter key to set the ICAO. La-di-da, la-di-da. Slow computer. All these other folks are griping they're not getting 120 FPS at Ultra. Jeez. I'm happy with my 50-60 on medium. I can easily push high settings, just whatever high-end settings, and get 35 plus FPS, which is more than enough for a flight sim. But I'm doing too much other stuff usually. I usually have 8 other programs, or I'm streaming or recording, and just not to max out my GPU or whatever, I tend to run medium. I can't really tell the difference. I mean, the difference between low and medium is pretty severe. You can see, it's obvious and immediately apparent. But the difference between medium and high, or even medium, high and ultra, I really can't see much difference. Going from medium to ultra might be. I can't really make that sense. Actually, I kind of like the medium settings. Effectively, that the high settings tends to have a narrative. I've already, and there's, yeah, you can see that's where I started out. And yeah, we have ramp 1 and ramp 2. So we can start on either one of those. And it'll launch me at my new airport. Now, obviously, the one thing I should figure out how to do is to change the texture on the runway. I just used whatever default runway texture they gave me, and it's paved. And I'm guessing most people, like me, if they're adding, some new airport, unless it's one that's just happens to be missing, they probably want to run. Yeah, see, I've got a, So yeah, you're probably gonna want to figure out, oh wow, now, I didn't do that. Fuel truck, how cool. I did not realize they did that. I guess because it's an airport, it automatically throws them in there. Look, I didn't even get the parking spot oriented halfway right. But it works. There's ways to add markings, and I should have at least an apron for a turnaround up here, and of course you'd want to add your hangar buildings and whatnot. That's AI. I didn't put that there. That's pretty neat. I did not know that would just show up at any airport just because it's there. That is too cool. So I wonder if I could, hey, could I call for fuel? Alright. Who cares? How can I call it? KGO1 traffic. I guess you gotta add the ground services. And it even gave me a radio number. How cool. Traffic. How cool. Alright, well, I'm gonna close it up there. That was basically my intent, was just to create a basic and generic airport with a spawn point and the least amount of steps. You saw, I guess I should have shown more what that does as far as the package. Wherever you tell it to go, it'll give you that option when you create the package. That's the directory I set it to. There's the saved package itself. And here is my saved scenery file. And here's where your actual game package that you got to copy. You copy this part, put that in your Unity, which is right here. And that's how you would load it. So you got to create it, build it, and then load it into the aircraft separately, or loaded it into the game separately. And anyway, I hope that helps some people, and Y'all have a great day, and I'll talk to you real soon. Take care. Careful out there.